Hello and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Pearl and I'll be your moderator. A warm welcome to all of our listeners today. Great to see listeners joining us from Kingston, Jamaica, Karachi in Pakistan, and Egypt and Nigeria, and I'm sure many other countries around the world. So welcome to you all. Okay, so now I'd like to introduce you to our panelists today. So we have Kristen Betts, and she is joining us from the USA, and she is a University of Roehampton representative. So welcome, Kristen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, and good morning, good evening to everyone that's listening.
Thanks, Kristen. And so could you tell us a little bit about your role and what you do for the University of Roehampton online programs?
Sure. As the University of Roehampton representative, it's really my privilege to be able to travel around the world and meet with our prospective students face-to-face, as well as host webinars like this one, sharing more information about the university, who we are, how our programs work, and most importantly, to be able to answer your questions and prepare you for this journey and your classes.
Yeah, absolutely, Kristen. And if anybody would like to meet one of our representatives face-to-face, then I do recommend you have a look at our website. There will be upcoming events for 2015, so you'll be able to see what events may be in the city near you that you can go and see a face-to-face representative. So, okay, so what are we going to cover today? So we're going to talk a little bit about who we are as an institution, as Roehampton, but also as the partnership between Roehampton and Laureate, how you actually study online, what programs are offered online by Roehampton, and then also our tuition fees and some next steps. If you have any questions during the presentation, then please do send me questions in the Q&A panel, and we will make some time at the end of the webinar to discuss these questions and get some answers from Kristen. So let's get started this morning, or this evening, or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So Kristen, can you tell us a little bit about the University of Roehampton and its history of delivering education in the UK?
Absolutely. Well, the University of Roehampton, London has been providing quality education for more than 170 years. And of course, today, our university is able to continue that tradition of excellence by providing working adults and professionals the opportunity to high-quality education in an online learning environment. We also provide it at an affordable, all-inclusive tuition. So that means that our online master's programs are able to provide our prospective students with an opportunity to develop all of their skills and the practical knowledge that can be applied to your profession while you're still learning from faculty members who are bringing you that expertise and experience within the classroom environment. Now, know that we are currently teaching online students from over 100 different countries. That means that our online classrooms are just as diverse as the students that are attending our classes on campus in London. We also, of course, are providing you ongoing contact with faculty members who are experts within their respective fields, as well as a all-star support staff. And we want to make sure that we're continuing to foster that spirit of community in the online environment, just like, again, the students that are on campus. So that means in our online environment, students are going to have an opportunity to be very interactive. We want you to be able to foster those peer-to-peer relationships. We want you to be able to foster professional networking and, of course, have access to content and literature and an interacting learning platform.
Great, Kristen. And in terms of the online programs, how is the quality assurance, how are they quality assured, and what kind of accreditation is assigned to these online programs? Is it the same as the campus programs that Roehampton offers?
Absolutely, and that's a really great question, especially when we're speaking about accreditation. You know, in this webinar in particular, we have students and prospective students from all over the world. And accreditation really is that generic term that speaks about academic quality. That's what's really important here. So for us, understand that as a UK-based university, the University of Roehampton does comply with the academic standards set by the UK government's Quality Assurance Agency, or the QAA. So these standards are exactly the same for all programs, whether it's going to be delivered online or on campus. So understand that by us maintaining the standards set by the QAA, the university is keeping its status as a high-quality higher education institution. And of course, as a result of that, the standard of education that you're going to receive here at the University of Roehampton online is identical to that of our campus counterpart.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. And in terms of the partnership, so Roehampton partnered with Laureate in order to provide that online program. So can you tell us a little bit more about this partnership and what the partnership means for our online students?
Absolutely. You said it best. You said Roehampton partnered with Laureate Online Education to provide the online environment, and that's really what it is. Just first and foremost, understand that Laureate International Universities, Laureate Online Education, is a global network of accredited institutions of higher education. There are actually over 800,000 students that are studying at a Laureate-partnered university around the world. Laureate is the top provider of distance education within the UK, and they are, again, the ones that are providing us with a platform to make our education, make our content accessible in this virtual environment, specifically working with professional students, working professionals. That's really their expertise.
Okay, so let's move forward now and talk a little bit about online learning. Now, before I do so, we're going to launch a poll for you, and these are going to be it's going to be launched on the right-hand side of your screen. So just take a moment to think about and tell us how much experience do you have with online learning previously. So have you ever studied online before, and your experience, or do you have some experience? Maybe you have done some online training or one course prior, or is this completely your first experience of studying online? So take a moment, think about it, and answer the question. And in the meantime, Kristen, can you kind of introduce us to the concept of online learning and explain to our listeners how it works?
Absolutely. So, first and foremost, understand that our environment, our online learning environment here, is really a blend of networking, social media, and of course that structured academic rigor that a UK master's degree program is going to be able to provide you with. So our online environment is going to have a combination of community blogs, message boards, and shared activities, and all of these enable you to build your professional network. Now, in addition to that, again, we have a pretty diverse student body. Students from over 100 different countries are going to be in our environment. So you're also able to really enhance your learning experience and enrich it by sharing that knowledge and those perspectives with your peers within the classroom environment.
Okay, so it's kind of an interactive environment. So you're actually studying with other students within that classroom?
Absolutely, absolutely. You'll have, of course, individual assignments and individual feedback that you'll be completing through those, what we call very simply, individual assignments. You'll also have shared assignments where you are able to, or shared activities, where you're sharing that feedback with your classmates. And then, of course, you'll have a final project. So basically, just a quick breakdown, your individual assignment is going to be that specific task that is going to be associated with the individual learning unit that you are studying at that point in time. The individual assignment is also going to be completed based upon your individual circumstances or expertise. So again, bringing in your real-world perspective. Now, in addition to that, you'll have your shared activities, which we mentioned before. Shared activities is that opportunity for you to collectively work with your classmates. And the shared activities is really a great opportunity where you can collaborate and discuss within the classroom. You'll be discussing literature and other reading assignments. And then finally, your final project, that's going to be a part of each module. It could be an essay, it could be a research paper, or even a project, but the final project is going to be the majority of your grade. So your individual assignments, while they are going to be contributing to the final project, you're not going to be receiving a grade for them. But the final project is going to be about 80 to 90% of your grade, and it's really where everything comes together.
Okay, and the results have just come live, Kristen, and it's really interesting because the huge majority, 64%, have never studied online before, with the other 36% having only some experience, maybe done one online course, and no one has ever actually studied a full course online. And I mean, is that surprising? Do many of us, is that normal for our students to come in having not studied online before?
You know, it's not surprising to me. Actually, the results of the poll very much mimic the students that are coming into our classroom. So, you know, most of our students don't have a lot of experience studying online. They may be comfortable online. We all use it at work and in personal, but they haven't actually completed a full program or course. And so our design, which we'll talk a little bit about, InspireNet, it's really made very user-friendly. It mimics, again, a lot of the different community sites that you may already use. And it's just going to be a really simple way for you to connect to our classroom environment, to all of our student services, and for you to be staying engaged, because that's really important as an online student, to not only cover the material, but to be engaged, because you're going to get that much more out of it when you're really interactive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also it's worth saying that it's reassuring for everyone out there that they shouldn't fear having not studied online before, because most of our students haven't, and it's a new experience. And we tailor that experience because we know that a lot of our students haven't studied online before.
Absolutely, we do. We've designed it for that purpose and those students in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so thank you for answering that poll there. And if you want to click away, you can do so by just closing the panel, and then it will take you back to the video so you can see me and Kristen again, if you so wish. So now let's talk a little bit about the online faculty, because you mentioned there about the fact that you're in an online classroom and you're with other students, but who actually teaches these programs? Who is actually kind of setting these assignments and in enabling those discussions between our students?
Absolutely. Our faculty are high quality individuals, but they're also just as diverse as the students that we have in this classroom environment. Our faculty members typically live in different countries around the world. They have varied experiences professionally and personally, but pretty vast as well. On average, our faculty members are about 48 years old, and they also have an average of about 12 years of teaching experience. Additionally, they usually have an average of 18 years professional experience within their respective fields. So again, you are learning from high-quality, varied professionals. Now, in addition to that, you asked how they're going to be interacting in the classroom environment. Each class that you're going to be taking is going to have a dedicated faculty member who is there to not only support you in your studies, but also lead you through the modules. So that means that they'll be facilitating your online discussions. They're going to be providing feedback on each assignment that you submit. They're going to be providing you with guidance on how to improve. Remember, all those individual assignments lead into that final project. And then, of course, they're always there to answer your questions and ensure that you're getting the most out of your degree.
Okay, thank you, Kristen, there. And let's take a little bit of closer look at the types of students that people are studying with. So tell us about these students. Where are they from? What kind of experience do they typically have?
Well, as I said before, our student body is very diverse. Students from over 100 different countries, I believe 106 at this point in time specifically. But our students' learning experiences are also really going to be pretty diverse. And that's part of the reason that we have those shared assignments, because we want you to be able to really enrich your own studies by sharing knowledge and your perspectives and experiences amongst your peers. So again, you should be able to really expand your personal and professional network just by connecting with students that you may otherwise not have had the opportunity to connect with. A lot of people don't realize this is a great benefit of online education, being able to reach out and connect with students that in your day-to-day life you may never have had the opportunity to meet. It's a great privilege.
Yeah, absolutely, and that ability to meet people from all over the world as well. I mean, to connect with each other, and I suppose also with global companies, the need to understand different types of cultures is really important in big business right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So thanks for that overview there. Now let's talk a little bit about the programs that we offer. So can you give us an overview of the different types of programs and different fields that people can study in?
Sure. So as of today, we have 13 fully online master's programs that are available. Of course, we offer programs within the business school. We have the Department of Life Sciences and our School of Education. Just to give you a very, very kind of quick overview of what is currently available, we offer an MBA program, a MSc in Project Management, an MSc in Information Systems Management, an MSc in Strategic Human Resource Management, an MSc in Strategic Supply Chain Management, and an MSc in Marketing. In addition to that, we have a Master's of Arts in Learning and Teaching, as well as a Master of Arts in Educational Learning, a Master's of Arts in Inclusive Special Education, as well as one in Teaching and Learning Design. And then finally, we offer a an MSc in Psychology, as well as a Master of Public Administration and a Master of Public Health. And again, your enrollment advisors, they'll be able to support you on not only choosing the right program, but also ensuring that you're making the right steps for your professional career, and then, of course, walking you through the application process.
Yeah, that's a key point there, because for some people, they may not know which program would suit them best at this initial stage, so that enrollment advisor is really there to help consult them.
Absolutely, and keep in mind, the University of Roehampton is constantly developing new programs, so new options will be available soon, and some listening today may have even heard a program or two that was not available when they initially looked into the university. So the enrollment advisors can be a great aid in assisting with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if someone is keen to get started, but they're not sure whether or not their background is suitable for our programs, can you give us an idea of the different types of ways that you can get admitted onto the program?
Sure. So we have basically two different ways that you can be admitted into the program. You can come in with a full admission, meaning that you have a bachelor's degree already completed as well as relevant work experience. And then we also have what we refer to as a conditional admission, which means that you don't have a bachelor's degree or the sufficient work experience. And I do want to let everyone know, because it can be a little confusing when coming from different countries. Within the UK, it is very possible to enter into a master's program without having a bachelor's degree. And that, again, is because of the work experience that you may have. We know that that's very valuable. And there's actually a policy that was formed by the UK government, which means and allows UK universities to recognize vocational achievements within the workplace in lieu of an undergraduate degree. So, again, two admission routes. If you already hold a bachelor's degree and you have the work experience that is sufficient, then basically you are eligible for just a traditional full admission into the university. If you don't, but you do have significant relevant work experience, then you would be able to become conditionally admitted into the university. And then once you have passed the first module, you'll be granted full admission. So this is a great opportunity for our students.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anybody's not sure whether or not they fit any of those two requirements, then just speak to your enrollment advisor and they'll be able to look at your CV and advise you accordingly. Okay, so just before we go on to the next slide, just a reminder for those of you listening, if you have any questions about what we're talking about, then do pop them in the Q&A. We will be taking about 10-15 minutes to answer any questions that you have at the end of this presentation, so do take advantage of that. In the meantime, Kristen, tell us, how are students supported in the online programs? I mean, support is important because these students are all over the world, and you never know what might happen or when you might need support. So can you tell us what is available?
Absolutely, and you're absolutely correct. Support is number one in an online environment because you are essentially studying by yourself in your home or at your place of business, and so you do need to have individuals that you can turn to when you have questions throughout your journey. So again, we have our students supported from the time that they start expressing interest in the university all the way up through graduation. We've mentioned the enrollment advisor already, but again, know that their enrollment advisor will serve as that personal advisor to provide you advice, even on which program to apply for. They'll answer your questions, they'll help you build a strong application, and then they'll present you to the admissions board and, of course, support you as you get settled within your first module. Now, once you start the program, then you're going to be introduced to what we refer to as the Student Support Manager. And the Student Support Manager will be able to, you'll be able to connect with that person through InspireNet. This is where that InspireNet program and platform really comes into play. The Student Support Manager is going to be there to assist you with any academic questions that you might have throughout your studies. And again, anytime that you'd like to speak with them, you can send them a private message through InspireNet, or you can also schedule a phone call. Now, I know we haven't really spoken about InspireNet that much at this point, but basically InspireNet is this platform for our students to not only be able to access their classroom, but also to connect with each other, connect, of course, with our support services, be able to share ideas, ask questions. It's just a great general environment. It's almost social networking combined with an academic environment. Technical questions. If you have financing questions, you can actually contact our technical or bursar departments through InspireNet. Just submit a very quick request, and they will be able to get back with you within 24 hours. And you can access InspireNet 24 hours a day, which makes it that much more convenient.
Okay, wonderful, and thank you for giving that overview of InspireNet as well. It's certainly a great community for students to join when they start the program, so thanks for giving that overview. And so in terms of tuition, now this is an important question for a lot of people considering this, because it is an investment into your kind of future that you're making. So can you give us an overview of the tuition fees for the program?
Absolutely. So we do, of course, provide our students with this all-inclusive tuition. And basically what this means is that you pay one price for our online master's program. So regardless of which program that you are choosing to enroll in, the price is the same. And that price is currently $11,000 US, and that is total. That price, again, also will include your library access, your course materials, your e-books, technology, personal support. All of that is going to be covered by that $11,000 US fee. Your tuition can be broken down into 9 installments over the duration of your studies, and those 9 installments would be at a rate of $1,222 US. Typically, this would take place over about 29 months, which is the average length of completion. You'll be invoiced about 60 days or 2 months in advance of starting your first module, and then your payment just has to be received 7 days prior to the start of your term. And of course, if you do have additional questions regarding the payment plan process, just talk to your enrollment advisor, or even take a look at the University of Roehampton Online's website, and they have some really detailed information there to help you get started.
Yeah, okay. So let's take some questions. So we've had a few questions already, Kristen, and just a reminder, if anybody has any questions whilst we're dealing with the questions we've already got, just pop them in the Q&A and we'll make some time for them. So the first question is there only online classes available, or is there offline lectures as well?
So that's a really great question. Everything is online, so it's complete online courses that you'll be completing here. There's no set time that you need to log on, so you're not going to be watching set lectures at a certain time. Everything is going to be done in what we refer to as an asynchronous assignment, meaning that there's never a specific time that you need to log on. You never need to be logged on for a specific amount of time. It's just a matter of completing your individual assignments, your shared activities, and your final project for each module.
Okay, great. And someone just wanted some clarification about the accreditations. So how that accreditations work in terms of whether or not this is recognized worldwide, I guess.
Absolutely. So again, with the accreditation, understand that the University of Roehampton Online is accredited by the Quality Assurance Agency, and that is the accreditor or degree granting body for all of the UK universities. So this is the same accreditation as the campus program as well as other UK-based institutions. This is the highest type of accreditation that is offered within the UK, so we're providing you with the best kind of standing possible. Now, typically, and I have to say that typically, can never say 100%, but typically this allows your degree to be recognized anywhere that a UK degree would be recognized, so anywhere around the world. However, you all know your countries best, so it's always important, if you have any questions regarding the acceptance of a UK degree, to speak with the department overseeing your education within your country, and they can confirm the acceptance of the University of Roehampton's degree for you.
Okay, yeah, and that's a good point, though, Kristen, is to always check and to make sure that you are, because you wouldn't want to study your program in the fear that it might not be recognized, so absolutely check. So some more questions coming in. So Garrett was asking, is it possible to transfer credits from a bachelor's degree?
That's a great question. Unfortunately, it's typically not. We do accept transfer credit, but it needs to come from an equivalent master's degree or master's coursework if you've started a master's degree elsewhere and are transferring it in. So if you have questions over whether or not your prior degree or any coursework would be acceptable for transfer of credit, you can talk to your enrollment advisor, but typically we're looking for equivalent master's degree work to be transferred in.
Yeah, okay, great, thank you. I hope that answers your question there. So Mohammed was also asking, so he wanted kind of clarification. There will be a final project for each module. So in every module, what is expected from the students to complete that module? Is it a final project every time?
Absolutely. So, so basically each module is going to consist, it's going to be 12 weeks in length. You have 6 two-week units and a final project. So basically within your 6 two-week units, you'll be doing your individual assignments and your shared activities. Your individual assignments, again, reading literature, maybe short answer, short papers, and then of course, as we talked about, the shared activities, which is kind of the discussion collaboration component. That is going to be worth anywhere from about 10 to 20% of your grade. The final 80 to 90% of your grade comes from that final project, again, being an essay or an actual project. You will have a final project in each one of your modules, and then at the end of your program, you will have a final research project, which is going to be, again, that final completion assignment before you graduate. So again, each module has a final project, so a final project per module, and then a final research project for the program.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying there, Kristen. Okay, so Philip was asking, will there be a graduation ceremony? So as an online student, are you able to graduate in person?
Such a great question. It's one of my favorites. Yes.
Mine too.
Graduation ceremony, and really, again, everything here is the same as if you were, on campus, and that also means graduation. The certificate that you receive once you complete your program is equivalent and the same, identical really, to that our students receive at the campus in London. And also, once you complete your program, you are invited to graduation. You can walk across the stage in your cap and gown, right with those students that completed in the campus. So again, same type of celebration at the end for you, same studies all throughout. The only difference is that you're completing your work online, and they may be sitting in a physical classroom.
Yeah, it's an amazing, proud moment for our online graduates, especially as they get to go to the campus and see the campus and be part of that exciting, and for us to meet them. It's a really wonderful moment, so we all look forward to it, not only the students. Okay, so Ali Salam was asking, in case if a student has a SIPS certificate, level 3 or 4, what will help to reduce the needed time for the program? So SIPS is the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply Chain Management. So that's quite a specific question there. Are you able to take that one?
That is a very specific question, and I'm assuming if you have a SIP certificate that you would be looking at the MSc in Strategic Supply Chain Management, as that is really going to be the most relatable master's program that we offer here to that certificate. You would want to talk to your enrollment advisor about the transfer of credit opportunities from SIP. so that they can give you that information. So that is going to be an enrollment advisor question. They can talk to you more specifically about transfer credit opportunities within.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think, for any questions like that, your enrollment advisor really is there to help support you and make sure that, you're having these kind of very questions for that person in particular. They can really help you make sure that you're getting the best possible solution for you. So thank you, Kristen, for answering those questions, and thank you to you all for asking the questions. I hope you've had the answers that you need there. So in terms of the next steps, so if you're keen to go forward and you feel this is the right option for you and you want to take on this amazing experience, then you should do your inquiry. So hopefully you're already at that stage. Send your EA, your CV, academic certificates, and proof of identification. And then you'll go for the apply process. So they'll help you to write an ambition statement, submit that ambition statement, and then complete your online application form. And your enrollment advisor really is there at every step of this way to support you, help you make sure that your ambition statement is the best it can be, and then they'll help you prepare. So they'll help you to sign and return your student agreement, make your first payment, and then you'll join InspireNet, the community that Kristen was talking about today in the presentation, and also help you to create that profile and orientation activities. So there is a really exciting process here, and you'll be able to learn more about this from your enrollment advisor. If you do want to get started, we are enrolling currently for the January 29th start date, and I did see a few of you are actually taking the leap and you are starting in January, so good luck to you. I hope that you enjoy starting those studies, but for the rest of you, we are still taking applications for that start date, so please do talk to your enrollment advisor, make sure that they know that you're keen to get started, and they'll be able to support you and help you get started and start the new year with an exciting new project and program and helping to achieve your goals there. So, okay, so thank you. Yep.
I just wanted to mention, since we do have so many that are already getting ready and taking the leap, about our referral voucher that we have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Good point, Kristen.
So if you are a current student or are in the process of becoming a current student, we do have a referral voucher that's currently available, and this is for our January 29th or March 12th intakes. You will receive a tuition fee waiver for one module for each person that you introduce us to who enrolls in either that 29th of January or 12th of March intake. So basically, the more people that you recommend, the more money that you can save. And this is just a great opportunity for us to find additional students that are qualified and really as amazing as you all are, and also an opportunity for you to save a little bit of money on your upcoming tuition. So again, this is for the January and March intakes. If you know others that may be interested in starting at that time frame as well, let your enrollment advisor know, and they will be able to kind of explain more about the referral voucher and allow you to save a little money as well.
Yeah, very good point there, Kristen. I'm glad you raised that. And if you want, we will share the link for you in the chat. So if you want more information about how you can benefit from the referrals program, just click on that link and it will tell you more. But thank you, Kristen, there. So thanks, Kristen, for all the information you shared today. Any final words for our listeners today?
I just wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully I'll have an opportunity to meet you, or one of my colleagues meet you on the road, and of course, see you in class.
Yeah, absolutely, Kristen. And for those of you listening, if you do want to join us on social media, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. LinkedIn, we have quite a few current students who are able to share their experiences of studying online, so do go and check out our LinkedIn page. And yes, as I'll just reiterate what Kristen said, thank you for joining us today, and we hope one day to see you in class. Bye-bye.